So I moved to China last August with the China teaching experience, and I currently teach in Shanghai, and I'm doing my second year starting in September. So obviously the application process is quite long, there's lots of paperwork and some of it's quite last minute and things, but it's all well worth it in the end, and it's quite typical of China, so it gives you a good idea of what some things will be like lots of things are pretty last minute, and some things just often seem unnecessary, but it's just part and parcel of living here. So after you've obviously applied, everything's gone through, you go to the training camp in Beijing, and this is very difficult initially. You get thrown straight into teaching. We arrived and they were like, okay, you have to plan a lesson, which is very daunting, but you get partnered with another person that's also probably never taught before, so you're both in the same boat, and it's a great way to make friends with people and bond. And after that, all the other teaching for the rest of the year seems pretty easy. So after the camp, everyone goes to their different cities, different provinces, and you kind of settle into normal teaching life. So I work in Shanghai in Jiabei, which is just above downtown, and my job is probably one of the best. I don't have that many classes, and my school's pretty laid back. I just teach what I want, so I teach, the only requirement was that I teach one literature class, which I really enjoyed because I studied literature at uni, so that was pretty fun. And yeah, so Shanghai is an amazing city to live in. There's always things going on, new things popping up all the time, and it's kind of the perfect mix of Western things and Chinese, classic Chinese things. So if you are missing home loads and you kind of just want a beer and a Sunday roast or whatever, you can find that. And if you want to try something more cultural, like a tea house or whatever, or some Chinese food, there's so many options here as well. So yeah, I'd say it's a great city to live in for sure. There's a big expat community as well. Lots of our friends are also teachers. Some have been here a few years, some of them have been here just a year. They came with China teaching as well. So yeah, I love it here. And it's so easy to everyday life basically. So you can pay for everything on WeChat, you can send your friends money on WeChat, you can book trains, book flights on WeChat and Alipay, which is kind of the same. And it's so easy to get around as well, transport. So trains to different cities are pretty cheap as well, and Shanghai is near lots of different cities, so it's good, a good place to base yourself as well to travel. And transport in the city is really cheap as well. You can go from one side to the other for 4 kwai, which is 50p. So yeah, and if at any point you're really struggling in the air or need help, have a question, you have all the WeChat groups, which are really useful, and Andrew as well, he's just a massive help if you're ever struggling or aren't really sure what to do, especially if it's about your school or your contract or anything. He can really help you out. So